Hey, I can do video blogs.
Good day, and welcome to another episode of Jimmy Jaunt.
So today I got off work and needed to get out on a ride, so I decided to go to Merritt Island. Now I had to get across this light quick because if I got caught on that fresh red light, I'd be sitting there for probably about 15 to 20 minutes. That light is absolutely horrible. I don't know what the deal is, but it's a hard light to sit at. I needed to go over to the Yamaha dealer and pick up a bolt. They gave me a bolt that was too short, so I went ahead and exchanged it and got the correct length, got that changed out, and I'm all set. So I left there and made a U-turn out of the parking lot, or out of the street, and started heading towards gas, because I realized, well, I'm on this end of town, I'm going to need gas before I get too far, and it's cheaper at racetrack around here, so I made a U-turn after exiting the Yamaha Center and got on the main road. And I don't know what this tanker truck was thinking, but boy, he was going slow. I ended up getting around him, and this is a 45 zone, but I wasn't speeding, and he was probably doing maybe 10 miles an hour at best. I don't know if he was having mechanical issues, but that light was green for quite some time, so but I got over to the racetrack gas station, got fueled up, and hit the road. Now, one of my two pet peeves with Florida drivers is they all want to stay in the left lane, and the second one I'm learning is, the second thing I'm figuring out, is they don't like getting out of that lane. Now, I saw flashing red lights coming at me, so I got into the right side lane and started slowing down. It was an ambulance. The guy in the black SUV and the guy in the Audi behind me, they basically just stayed in the left lane like nothing was there. Now, I'm sorry, but emergency vehicles need to get through, so give them the space. Now, I'm noticing another one, so I get off onto the right side. I'm staying with traffic this time, speed-wise. But again, the black SUV and the white Audi just stay in the left lane. So I ended up getting out onto 46 heading towards Mims, and I got an opportunity to pass two vehicles. So I got around them, ended up catching up to a semi-truck, and as soon as it was clear, I went ahead and passed him. And once I got past that semi-truck, I went ahead and caught up with a white van, and sure enough, I went around him. You saw that coming, didn't you? So I get around him, and then I come up onto a white Mazda, I believe it was, black Mazda, and sure enough, I went ahead and passed them too. So now I was beginning to worry, am I speeding here? No, I'm going the speed limit. I don't know why everyone was going slow, but I felt justified when this car passed me. So I know I wasn't going too fast. That made me feel good. So I made it out to Titusville and then headed to the west, I guess it would be, to get up out to Merritt Island. Now, this is the bridge that will take us over the intercoastal to get to Merritt Island, which is the immediate other end of this. And then from there, you can continue down the road and you come on to the Kennedy Space Center property. So now I've gone through here several times, but I've never stopped for a picture at the sign. So as we crest over the bridge here, you can see Merritt Island on your left and right. And then if you look off to the right-hand side, just coming above that bottom guardrail, you'll see a white building. And that's the launch pad for, or what used to be the launch pad for the space shuttle, and it is now for launch pad for SpaceX. So I went ahead and stopped off. I played tourist today. I decided to stop off and take a picture of the sign. Now coming up further down the road, if you went right, you'd be going into the employee entrance. for the Space Center. Now I can't go there, so I had to go left. And I went down the road a little ways, getting to the drawbridge, and I got a phone call, so I had to pull off the road. Luckily, there was a closed road, so it made it nice and easy to stop. Took the call, continued on the road. I made it down to the boat ramp right before the drawbridge. The drawbridge is going to be closed until July, so this is the long way around to get to the Manatees, or this part of the river. And the other side is more available, but it doesn't have quite as good a view of the Manatees. So I went ahead and wound my way through here, got to the parking lot down by the boat ramp, got parked, went over and checked the Manatees. Now on the one side, they were all just lounging. I mean, they'd float in the water there for a little while, maybe soaking up sun, maybe they were sleeping. I don't know what they do or how they sleep, so they could very well be sleeping. So I got bored watching them, so I decided to go and take a walk over to the other side. Now these manatees on this side were much more playful. They did a really good job of frolicking in the water. So I'd get little bursts like that where they'd come up and play around for a while, and then some of them would come up just for air and go back down. I'm guessing they're feeding. Now I wish I'd gotten more time on this one, but the next scene, a manatee was blowing bubbles. I had never seen one do that, but it probably went on for about 10, maybe 15 seconds, but I heard it, and then I got the camera focused on it as best I could, but that was all I could capture. Now I noticed the manatees, they kind of have a face almost like a seal or a walrus. They definitely have the bodies of a walrus. They're huge, but I'm beginning to think that I don't know what family they're in. All I know is these are Florida manatees. So I got done with that side. I decided to head over to the other side of the drawbridge there. And this side has what's known as Florida sugar sand. It's a very light sand. My bike's heavy, so you'll see I kind of wobble a bit. It was really throwing me around. I had a hard time keeping it on track. But I got out here, no activity of manatees, so I decided to head home. Well, my camera quit on the motorcycle for some reason, but this is what I came home to. I came up the street and I was like, oh, okay, it looks like there's a fire broke out again over on the other side of I-4. No, it was much closer. I got to this location, and this is actually the street directly behind my house. And this is already maybe only half an hour to an hour into it. I'd guess about an hour. But it was going pretty good. They decided to keep it burning during the daylight to try to burn up as much fuel as they could before they extinguish it and bring it more to a slow burn. Slow burns they can let run pretty much all night because they don't kick up a lot of ambers or soot or smoke. But one of these videos you'll see all the black spots that you see, that's actually soot, and some of them turned out to be hot enough to be able to carry the flame, or basically move the fire across the street.
Got yelled at. Yeah.
So here you see somebody had spotted another little outbreak. What had happened is one of the ambers had came across the road, went up about half a block, maybe a little further, and started some dead leaves and underbrush on fire. Now the only thing that concerned me is that's directly on the other side is my house. So At this point, they went ahead and extinguished it and then moved one of the fire trucks up onto my street. They parked right in front of my house and wanted to have a fireman with a truck available in case any other embers ended up coming across the street and starting this field on fire again. So I went ahead and set up sprinklers and just basically tried to get as much water into that, what I call my jungle on the side of the house. Try to keep it as wet as possible. There's a lot of dry leaves. We haven't had much rain this year, so it's basically just itching to burst into flames. There you can kind of see how bad the smoke was. Now you can see how badly that smoke completely blocked out the sun.
Hopefully ambers won't fly anywhere and cause any damage, but that's basically the scene of my neighborhood right now. Actually, right behind my house is the fire. It's completely blocking out the sun. You notice the dark red sky up there? That's supposed to be the sun. It's supposed to be super bright, but it isn't right now.
So here it's later in the afternoon, closer to evening. I think this was about 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30. As I said earlier, they wanted to let as much fuel burn up as possible before they extinguished some of the fires. They wanted to have a lot of small, not hot fires going to kind of continue to burn, but they didn't want to have all of the hot kick up of the embers.
So, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch the other videos that I produce. Alright, thank you, and have a great day.